Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Liquor Talk. Let's talk Lakers basketball. Hope everybody's doing great. Shout out to all you guys who've been hitting me up, asking me when I'm going to start posting videos again on my YouTube channel. Much love to all my supporters. Thanks for watching the content. I want to get my thoughts on the whole Kawhi Leonard thing and the Lakers rebuild and what my thoughts are going into the season. I want to take you back to a few days ago. I'm recording this now Sunday night. Just got back from a 3-day weekend in San Diego. Ironically, I was in San Diego staying at the Marriott Marquis in downtown San Diego, Seaport Village area. If you've ever been out that area, it's really nice out there. My family and I, we go out there a lot just for like weekends. So we went out there after the 4th. I was joking around on Twitter that I'm gonna go find Kawhi Leonard. This is before he made a decision. And, you know, everybody, we're all joking around like, you know, we need to know what's going to happen, because at that point he hadn't made a decision since Sunday 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when free agency started. Met with the Lakers on Monday, so forth, and he made a decision Friday night. Now Friday night comes, I'm in San Diego, we get there, we have an earthquake. Okay, if you know, out here in LA, that was big news. Everybody was shook because we had 2 earthquakes back to back, buildings shaking and stuff like that. Everybody freaked out. We watching the news. Long story short, for like a moment there, forget about the Kawhi Leonard thing, but we're still waiting. No news yet. I wake up 2 a.m. in the morning, 2:20 in the morning to be exact. Check my phone just because I had to turn. I got up, turned the AC on because it was hot. I look at my phone like I always do. We're always on Twitter, right, waiting for a decision. Had us waiting for like a week straight. I look and I see his face, and I'm like, so I rub my eyes, I look, and it's like Clippers, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, and then Paul George, I'm like, huh? I'm like, how is that possible? And there it is. And at that point, I was like, wow. It was like a punch in the gut. I'm over it now, and I want to talk about our roster and going forward. But when that hit, that Friday night, 2:20 a.m. in the morning, I was like, wow. I just kept scrolling, just looking at the reports. I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, wow, we really got punked. We really got played. We got played. And I'm tweeting throughout, we're all tweeting throughout the week saying, this is just nuts. Nothing takes this long. And you got a few stragglers in there saying, Mike, this is a lifetime decision. You know, give him time. This is the biggest decision of his life. Meanwhile, he was playing us. He was playing you, me, everybody else who was waiting on him. Because to be honest with you, when you're an adult, nothing takes that long. Nothing takes a week. All right? You meet with the people that you might possibly want to partner up with, whether it's a team or what have, or a business venture. You leave the meeting and you meet with your people for a few hours, so to speak, and you have your group of advisors and you make a decision. His decision should have came the night of that Toronto meeting, which was Wednesday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. It was before 4th of July. It should have came that night, about a few hours after that decision or after that meeting. That's when it normally comes. If you're gonna honestly give 3 teams a try, it should have came when he was playing us all along. He met with us on Monday, was playing us straight up, straight played us. That's like a girl saying yes to the wedding, and when you get there, she's just playing you. You bought the ring and you get everything together, and I don't know, we just got played. So it hurt. Now the only thing is this. The other thing was this, is that truthfully, I like all the players on the Clippers squad, and they have a squad. Kawhi, Paul George. Now, they're all enemies now, but I actually liked all their players and would love to have them on our team prior to this happening. Paul George two-way player. Kawhi, two-way player. I love Landry Shamet. He can shoot, you know, dude off the bench. Beverly is a dog. You know, Lou Williams is a sniper, can close games out and things like that. Montrell, I love his beast. You know, like he's that guy that's like that Draymond type that you need. And then Zubats, who is a reasonable, you know, serviceable center down low. I love their squad. But then, so that happened, and I'm like punching the gut. All I can think about waking up was Patrick Beverly giving me nightmares, just laughing in my face. Just, I hate this dude. And the fact that they just got up on us, and you know, they have a shot to meet us in the Western Conference Finals. And this is pre us basically signing anybody. At this point, all we have is Jared Dudley. We know we have AD and LeBron, okay? And we had Jared Dudley, and we signed Troy Daniels. At this point, all hell break loose. Rob Pelinka basically starts signing everybody. And then I start seeing in the updates, okay, Danny Green. Okay, boom, we got Danny Green, big time. And all this stuff happens, and then who else we signed? Then we got JaVale McGee, and we got KCP, and yada yada. And everyone was like, okay, we need some toughness, and we signed Demarcus Cousins, and we signed Rondo, you know, and who else we got? Yeah, so we got all those guys. Then we got Quinn Cook, and then we got you know, Caruso coming back. So over like a day and a half of just kind of like spanning through and seeing the updates, basically Rob Pelinka goes nuts and starts signing basically every available free agent out there. And then you start to think and start to sit, after all said and done, I start to forget about Kawhi. I start to forget about the Clippers. Clippers not even in the picture in my mind at this point over a day or so. And I'm looking at the squad, and I'm like, we have a really, really, really nice squad, obviously on paper, but I think we have a nice veteran squad that I feel is capable of reaching the Western Conference Finals against the Clippers. Now you got Houston Rockets is going to be there, you got Portland, who's going to give us some trouble, and you got Golden State Warriors and Denver, who's also going to give us some trouble, and then Utah. Everybody's sleeping on Utah. But so the West is stacked, but when you now pair what we did as a plan B going into this Kawhi Leonard debacle, now we're still going over it. I mean, we're still getting over it. We're still picking up our scraps, because if you give a guy a week long of like of waiting around for this guy and really kind of like eyeing this guy and thinking this guy's gonna be on our squad, then you got to regroup. You just can't change your focus that quick. It's gonna take a couple of days or so. But now that I look at our squad, we have a really, really, really good veteran squad that is capable of making the Western Conference Finals. We couldn't say that last year. This year we can say that. And if you put us in the Western Conference Finals, I'll take our squad with LeBron James any day over any team in the West. Now, we got LeBron James coming back. As we know, I was on LeBron James all last year. I thought he was taking a break. He was taking a back seat. He was on vacation, so to speak, on the defensive end. I don't expect him to be a dog defensively, but I do expect him to be refreshed and come back with more of a focus on the defensive end, especially a higher IQ, a higher effort level, whether it's talking and things like that. He cannot be just kind of giving up on the defensive end going into this season, and I don't expect him to be. I think this is a rejuvenated season. This is a year where we saw us only winning 35 games, and we see, and he knows people were getting on him regarding the defensive end. He just needs to be a little bit more, put his body into it. He doesn't have to move his feet. He doesn't have to jump high and get his head close to the rim again and block shots and things like that. He just needs to play smarter from an IQ standpoint. On the defensive end, I think he will do that, kind of like managing this team. And then you got Anthony Davis back there, who is a two-time all-defensive player. I believe he won the defensive player of the year a few times, and so he's going to dominate. And then you got Demarcus Cousins, who is a liability on the defensive end, but we can utilize 6 fouls. And then we have JaVale McGee. I'll talk about that in a second. But you got those two going back and forth. You got Danny Green, who won Defensive Player in the Year in 2017, and he's a very high-level IQ defender. He's not this guy that he's not a lockdown defender, but he's a very high IQ guy. He's gonna move his feet, he's a good size, he's gonna put his body into it, and he gets block shots, and he keeps his man, and he's a good help defender, and he does a lot of things, and so that's gonna help us out there. At that point, we got KCP back, and we got Rondo has lacked on defensive end, in my opinion. KCP is a very good quality defender, and then and so forth. And then if you look at our squad, Rondo, okay, we got Rondo back. I don't know if he's going to start or come off the bench. Danny Green shooting 45% from three. The shooting guard, the 3-and-D guy that we know, he averaged around 10 points last year. Shot over 45% from three. LeBron James comeback year. Anthony Davis going to give us 28 and 14, and then he's going to give us those 35 and 17 games here and there. You got JaVale McGee, who obviously is limited in minutes, but he played at an all-star level prior to that asthma attack stuff that he was having last year. He was balling out. Quinn Cook coming from Golden State Warriors. I got the roster up here, that's what I'm looking. You got Quinn Cook coming from Golden State Warriors, who I love, who I think is ready for a breakout year, who is capable of starting. In my opinion, I think he can average around 12 points because he can shoot it also from the three above 40%, and he's a good gritty player, meaning he has a lot of basketball experience playing in Golden State, quality basketball, playoff basketball, playing at a high level with Steph, Draymond, Clay, and all those guys, and Kevin Durant, and he got a lot of quality minutes with those guys. So he is a professional player who I think is ready to ball out with the Lakers. KCP coming back, as we know, he goes AWOL a lot, but I think having him, if he can reel that in and bottle that up, and we know he's capable of putting up good numbers and shooting the ball well. We got Jared Dudley off the bench, who I think is a good glue guy for the bench, and he can come in and give us some minutes and knock down some shots. Kuzma, I think it's time for Kuzma to pull up his pants and start balling out. A lot of people hit me up on Twitter, Mike, why do you get on Kuzma? Why do you think he needs to pull up his pants? He's been balling out, he's been scoring a lot, this and that. It's not about the scoring, it's about his IQ level. What I mean by that is he needs to be smarter. He needs to not just be a one-trick pony, get the ball and shoot. He needs to, in my opinion, if I was Kuzma's guy, if I was Kuzma's boy and Kuzma's trainer, I would say just study Draymond Green. If you saw Draymond Green when he was struggling and fighting, competing with Kevin Durant, he was not being a team player. He wasn't playing that high IQ basketball. Something snapped. At some point, Draymond Green went back to being Draymond Green. Started being a pass first, a playmaker for other guys, in addition to getting himself involved. That's what I mean with Kuzma. He's not going to be the defender that we all want him to be. He's not going to be a defender like Draymond, but the way Draymond basically played at a high IQ level, he didn't screw up. He was never the screw up. He was always getting guys involved, being, playmaking for other players, learning, obviously Kuzma needs to be better at handling the basketball, but I think those are the components where Kuzma needs to now step up. No more getting the ball looking to score, right? He's either scoring the ball or turning the ball over, with a missed shot. Kuzma cannot be that. He has to be at an all-around good basketball player. That's what I mean by Kuzma. He's capable, he has skill, he just needs to step up from an IQ standpoint. You got Demarcus Cousins. I think this is a breakout year for Demarcus Cousins. Breakout year in the sense this, he's going to get the minutes. He's going to get 25 plus minutes. We need him because him and JaVale McGee cannot play a lot of minutes. JaVale is going to play probably no more than 25 minutes with his asthma. And you got Demarcus Cousins, who I think is here on a $3.5 million contract. This is his year to get the full summer under his belt, come in and really play 25 plus minutes, like I said, and play along with Anthony Davis, who he played well with going into the playoffs that year with Rondo, and for him to secure his bag for next year. because we're going to need him, and he needs this season like no other. I'm rooting for Demarcus Cousins. I'm looking for him to step up and be big for us this year. Then you got Caruso coming back, who we love, who is who learned a lot from Lonzo in terms of playmaking, but also has the skill level to just ball out. And along with all these veterans, I think it's going to go well. And then we got Troy Daniels coming in like at the 12th player. Troy Daniels, who is a sniper from the three-point line, who I think is a great pickup from, he played for the Grizzlies and he played for the Suns last year, but I think that's a great pickup. So that was 12 players. We got one more player left. We can get 13 players on the roster. I think we got 2 other guys who are just going to be those two-way players who are going to come in and out between NBA and the G League. But I don't know who we're going to get for that 13th spot. Who everybody thinking about Iguodala, but I don't think he's going to get bought out by the Grizzlies. So I'm not sure how much money we have left or who we're going to get for that spot. We have a lot of players left. Right now, we have a squad where I think it's a lot for Frank Vogel to really work with, and he's going to have to learn how to divvy up these minutes. But right now, we got a squad, and in my opinion, I'm excited about this season. I'm really excited because looking back at what we had the last few years, I always thought we had to play fast with Lonzo, and we always thought we were kind of like that Golden State Warriors team where you get the ball, you move, get the ball, move. And now with LeBron James coming in, we were like, the ball always stops with LeBron James. And I think now with this squad, I think that's more of our game. We're not going to be this running gun, running up and down the floor, getting the ball, passing the ball like Golden State Warriors. I think we're going to be a great half-court team. I think it's going to be a slow, methodical team, a team that's good, gritty, that has a good defensive mindset. And I don't think we're going to be running gun and getting guys injured that much. I think we're going to be slow, methodical, get out and run at moments, but I think we're going to be a good defensive team with Frank Vogel being a good defensive coach. But I think half-court wise, we got snipers. I think we're going to have a lot of plays, run a lot of systems and things like that, getting Danny Green open, Troy Daniels open, Quinn Cook, finding Quinn Cook on the outside. We got a lot of shooters. KCP in there. Kuzma's going to be scoring from the outside, driving and things like that. And you got AD, and you got Demarcus Cousins playing that 1-2 game. AD playing at the high post, pick and roll and things like that. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited for this season. Looking forward to the preseason. Looking forward to really getting this group warmed up over, several weeks and several months, and really diving into it and start killing teams. Right now it's war. That's how I'm looking at it. It's war, it's battle. Everybody else. I'm pissed off. I'm over it. I'm over Kawhi Leonard. I'm over the Clippers. I'm looking at our squad, and it's nothing but motivation, nothing but like determination going in. I'm in serious mode. No more criticizing the team. I know everyone's like, Mike, chill on the criticizing. Nah, it's not about criticizing the team right now. It's about motivating the team and going in and start destroying cats. After we got smacked in the face by Kawhi Leonard and got played like that, that was a weak move, and I don't want to be put in that position, ever again. So anyway, that's my thoughts on what all went down. That's my thoughts where we stand today. More to come. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing. As always, thanks for supporting my content. Much love to all you guys who support me and hit me up. And more to come. All right, holla at you guys. Take care.